Alright boys, welcome back to another video, DJ Live FPL. Look, in this video we're just going through my team selection for game week 5, but guess what, we're not just going through my team. Tutongelea the people who are in my squad or who are playing whatever position that they are playing and why I've also put them in those positions. And then I will also try to break down the reason why I've left some guys maybe on the bench, if I've left them on the bench, na kama hata kuna transfers nimemake, kama kuna wase nimeuza, I'll also break down the same. And last but not least, I'll also offer alternative players to maybe the same kind of position, kama ni defense, if maybe you don't have the same players as me, because I don't expect you to have the same players as me. So this is what I'm going to be covering in this video. Just make sure to stay up till the end. I'm going to make sure this doesn't go or stretch up to 20 minutes, hopefully. So tutaanza na bench yangu. Sitaki tuanze uko sana. Nataka tuanze na bench. I have Steele from Brighton. He's facing Man U. Steele is in my bench because guess what? First of all, despite the fact that this is a hard match, this guy hasn't been playing. He played game week 1, game week 2. He hasn't played game week 3 and 4, so automatically he stays on my bench. And next to him is Rodri from Man City. Look, shida Rodri, shida ni on and off. On and off, on and off. And you can't predict when there is an on and when there is an off. Man City are facing West Ham at away. And look, in the last 12 games between Man City and West Ham, Man City wamewachapa 11 of those games. Let me just confirm, sitaki kuwa na rumors. Okay, my facts were right, ni only that nime lose track of the number. So in the last head-to-head games between City and West Ham, bro, between the last 10 games between Man City and West Ham, Man City wame-win 9 of those, and West Ham wameweza kuretain just a draw. So it's kind of an easy game for Man City. Am I sure about the scoreline stretching from 4 going upwards? I'm not really sure. Can West Ham be disciplined? I think they can be. But look, wanapatana na the reigning champions. Na say wako na a clean record against them. So whatever the weather, it happens to be a really smooth game for Man City. But siko willing kucheza Rodri. Actually nashuku nitacheza naye alternating, and if this is Kama might bite me. If he performs on this game, I think he'll just prove that point that you need to alternate fixtures with him, because he gave me points off from the bench in game week 1, game week 2 akaflop, game week 3 akapata some 10 points. I think alipata pia bonus, yeah, alipata points in my squad, alikuwa kwa kikosi ndani. And then the next game week nikamchezesha, kani disappoint. Hakupata points kwa game, walipata 5-1. Man, they got 5-1 against Fulham, and Rodri was not at the end of it. So he seems like Kama might bite me, but wacha tu ni observe. Niko willing kumweka bench. He seems to be the type of guy who will score at harder games. Games ni rahisi, Luton, Sheffield, akaya ako na interest, so not interest, akai kukua likely kufunga in these kind of easy games for Man City. But like these games that they are playing West Ham, I think that's why I've also decided to place him as my first option on the bench, just in case kitu yote isiendelee po uko ndani ama kuhitajike kuwa na sub, let him just be the first one there. But look, niko aware of anything happening. And next here I have 2 defenders from one team. I have Ben-Mee and I also have Henry. Bro, this is a big decision. Nimeamua kuweka say bench because wanaenda away kwa Newcastle, and Newcastle at home against Brentford, they have a clear record, manze. They have a clean record. Ase wanawachapa 3-4. As much as we can't really rely on previous data to predict the future accurately, I think we can use previous data to kind of extrapolate and kind of see where the trend is. Because I can see in these head-to-heads, when Newcastle are away, walichapa Brentford. Na hii ni Brentford at its finest. This was earlier this year, January, February, March, April this year. Newcastle away they walichapa Brentford, na iba ya Brentford ilikuwa penalty ya Toney. Again at home you can see earlier, which means the reverse fixture last year October, Newcastle walichapa 5 nyumbani. So you can really see why I've decided to bench my Brentford players. But look, that doesn't mean they're not coming to do some work again, because look, Brentford have Newcastle this fixture, and then next they will have Everton, then Nottingham. I think I will bring these defenders on, especially that next fixture. Nitaleta Ben-Mee na Henry into the squad. I think watu watacheza ndani hiyo game. If not both of them, one of them must play that game. But for this game, I just decided to put them on the bench, watch our observe. And I know this could also hurt me too, but I think I'm also trying to build a squad where I can work with a bench boost. Nikianza kupatana na opponents wangori, nikianza kupatana na opponents wabaya kwa head to head league yetu, especially kuna gota anaitwa Gishia. Huyo ni msee nitamwekea bench boost ama a chip, nitacheza triple captain nikipatana naye. So these are the players that are playing off from my bench this game week. And now I'll go to my defense, and my defense starts with Martinez in post, who's playing Crystal Palace at home. Based on previous data, it shows that Aston Villa have a generally good record at home for the last many months. Cheki data inaonyesha, na nimewashow mi spendi rumors, inaonyesha that Aston Villa fans have high expectations as the villains haven't lost a home head to head since December 2013. Inamaanisha they haven't lost a home head to head against Crystal Palace since that time. So wame win 4 in those, and they've drawn 2 of them at home. So I think it's a game where Aston Villa should possibly win it. They should really win it, and I know that Crystal Palace have a huge attacking edge, so I think Martinez will be busy at the keeper, so at the line. So nataka kubank on the shots that will be made by the likes of Edward, Mateta, the kina Ayu, and all of them. Na bank on those saves. Najua itakuwa tu game imetulia, but I don't have many options with my keepers, so I'm happy to go with Martinez for this fixture. It shouldn't be a bad game. Kama ni concede, they shouldn't concede more than 1 goal, and if they do, inamaanisha nitaanza ku get some negatives from my keeper. So this Martinez playing for me. Depending on the keeper that you're playing, I don't know which keeper that you're actually playing, but if you have Alex Becker, hata kama wanaenda away ikai poa pia. So I think this is one of those game weeks that you could bank on top teams, that is Man City and Liverpool, quote unquote, for your defense, or to give you some points. And right beside Martinez I have Chilwell. I think Chelsea wamenipea vitu mingi tu za kufikiria, na I think hizi ni zile vitu nawapea ma last warning. Hata tutaongea kuhusu striker wangu, but look, I have Chilwell here in left back, but I also believe Chelsea, if they can play well, I understand this is an away game, but if they can play well, I guess Chilwell shouldn't be unable to get at the end of an assist ama a goal. He's always progressively going forward. Hata akichezeshwa as left center back ama kama kwa wing back, I think he can still do or get some points from that position. So I'm happy to go with Chilwell in this situation over Ben-Mee and Henry. I think Bournemouth seti ni team dogo. Honestly, kama unafikiria Bournemouth ni team dogo, pia wewe ni mdogo. Wewe ni size S. Ukienda Mr Price endanga tu size S. Achana ni hizi XXL and all that. So I'm happy to go with Chilwell against Bournemouth. This shouldn't be a hard fixture for Chelsea. Manze, of all times Chelsea, mi siwaambii mfanye vitu mingi, nawaambia mcheze tu game tu basic na mget easy points. So I'm happy to go with Chilwell. Right in the middle I have Gabriel. Oh boy, haven't I been patient since game week 1. He wasn't getting minutes, but it seems to be he'll be getting minutes now, and if he doesn't start this game, that's when ikona Ben-Mee pale kwa bench as the first defender that could be swapped in case he doesn't play. But since he's been playing, I think Gabriel can be at the end of a header. Arsenal could keep a clean sheet, but yet again, Everton away isn't a straightforward game for these guys. last season walichapa 1-0, hata hawakuamini, walichapa 1-0 na Everton kwenye walienda stadium yao. All is to say dynamics shift whenever a team is playing or whenever a club is playing home and away. I just hope Gabriel can give me some points, na pia si wasi wengi wako naye, cause hata kama kuna watu walianza na Gabriel walimuuza cause hakupewa play time and his price was dropping, so I just decided to be patient with him. I'm happy that 4 game weeks later he's now getting some presence on the pitch. And look, yes, walichapwa na Everton away 1-0. The reverse fixture venye Everton walikuja Emirates walichapwa 4 clean. So I'm happy to go with Gabriel in this one. And as I said this in game week 1, your defense, if at all you're doing anything bro, build your defense first. Huku kwa defense ukianza kupata 2-1-0-1 keeper uko messed up. Huwezi do shit, huwezi do any hata midfields wako kupea 10-15 na huku nyuma in defense, maybe from these 4 players, in my case that I'm playing 3 defenders instead of 4, my back line including the goalkeeper, I need to be getting 15 at least, a total of 15 points from these 4 guys. So that's what I'm hoping we can get in this game week. And look, I also did a good, in my own opinion, I think I've done a really a really prudent transfer. Nimeleta Serge Aurier from Nottingham. When I was doing my my background studies na evaluate who would be an ideal player, first of all I was considering Porro from Tottenham, because the same position that Porro is playing is the same position that Aurier was playing when he was in Tottenham. And looking at the head-to-head stats for Tottenham, who are playing against Sheffield, Tottenham wanacheza na Sheffield this weekend, sindio? On most ends Aurier was at the end of that. Let me just see if I can get it. At most times Aurier alikuwa kwa attacking threat. Let's see, 2021 4-0 Bale assist ya Aurier, Bale tena alifunga assist ya Aurier. This is 2021, I understand it's a little bit behind, si ndio? Acha tuende fixture nyingine, acha tuone hii 3-1 win enye pia walikuwa away, and I can see these are wins that Tottenham are getting from away. So try to bank on Tottenham for this fixture. Sijui kama unaweza captain Madison. Sijui, nilitoa captaincy kwa Haaland nikalipa very heavy price, so sijisiki kutake your risk sahi. Wacha nitulie na Haaland for this game week. Sidhani nitamtoa your captaincy, but nitamtoa eventually. Look at these other head-to-head. This on another fixture is 2021. Aurier got this goal. Did he get any other assists? Not really, but I think that's my point. Based off of what I've seen from Nottingham so far, I think this is a really good fixture for him. Burnley at home. Aurier has delivered so many crosses. Let me just run you down through some of the statistics that I did. Look, nilienda kwa player comparisons. This is in this year so far, in this season so far. Nileka Aurier against Porro. Porro has started most of the games, so both of them have almost an equal amount of appearances. But look, Aurier has 2 assists, Porro has 1 assist. Porro also has 1 clean sheet, but Aurier bado haja get clean sheet. One thing I don't like about him is that he has 2 yellow cards already, which is not really good. But guess what? I'm just going to the crosses. Team play. Tunatafuta crosses. Happy crosses. Aurier has delivered 8 crosses so far. So my thinking coming into this game week or making this transfer was that, first of all, I did a video on the budget differential forwards that you can buy. You can also check it on the channel right now if you want to. Na Awonyi was getting into that list, okay? But unajua nani ana supplier Awonyi? New boys. Sini ana supplier, so if they're gonna do anything against Burnley, I hope Aurier can be at the end of this. So based off what I saw so far, I think he should be a good pick playing against Burnley. And then in my midfield I have Madison, And right beside him, I have Saka, who is also playing an away fixture against Everton. Could this be an ideal captaining game for Maddison? Probably, but nimetake risk last time na ikaenda se game nege, so this time inabidi tu nitulie ni watch. So Maddison can't have my captaincy, but he could have my captaincy. I think if you have him, this could be a game for Maddison. Ile game ingine ilikuwa ya Son, ingine tunaongeza Madi hapo tu juu yake. So this is Maddison in midfield. They are playing Sheffield. Again, do I need to go through these stats again? That Tottenham against Sheffield is a game where Tottenham can get some goals. They can do something. Yeah, it looks like such one of those games. So I'm happy to be with Maddison. Nilimleta after game week 2. So amecheza game week 3 na game week 4 yangu. I'll need to confirm. Actually, amecheza game week 4 pekee. Nilimleta after game week 3. That's why sipendi kupeana rumors. I brought him after game week 3. Sidhani nimekula the best points from him. Watu walianza na yeye, I think wameziget. But it's never too late to join the bandwagon and get some points from that. And besides Saka, wait, should I really talk about Saka? I think most players have Saka. Saka is on penalties. Everton can be clumsy. Saka has a good left foot. He can finesse. He can also finish it with his right foot. If you have Martinelli, najua unashanga ufanye nini no boys. Unashanga uko na Martinelli, uko na Saka, uko na Martinelli na Odegaard. Arsenal ni the team where you want to have 2 players from them, but so far from how they are playing, I'm happy to just have one Arsenal attacker, and then I'm happy to also have an Arsenal defender. If you can get Ramsdale, that should also be good, or should also work for you, sindio? Na nimesema Arsenal walichapa na Everton away, at home walichapanga Everton 4-0. Nani mwingine anaweza kwa hiyo scoreline kama si Saka? So praying for the best, prepared for the worst. Right beside him I have Mitoma. I think if it wasn't Mitoma, it would have been Fernandes/Rashi. But look, as a fan of Man U, sometimes you just want to separate yourself from some fixtures. Unataka uenjoy game cause ni pressure mob na inakuweka expectations mob. So the way Man U are playing, we can easily concede. Okay? Though I can see us winning this fixture, na Brighton pia wana concede. Kama ni kitu wanafanya wana leak mabao, wanaacha zipenyo there. I think their strategy at this point it's to outscore the opponent, which I guess could also go well. And look, Brentford are facing Newcastle. If it's someone who's going to pull the strings for Brentford, I want to count Mbeumo in that list. Brought him in after game week 2 after a big hole. I think that's one thing umelearn. Player ameperform sana last week, usikuje kumbuy immediately. These panic rush transfers, hatujaka kufikiria, umeona tu kenye mse amefanya. These are not ideal. As soon as Mbeumo got a 16 points haul, I bought him, akanipea 2 points. But uzuri, after that 2 points aliweza kuget an 8 points afterwards. And I had also captained him, so I got a 16. Nilim captain over Haaland, which wasn't the best move. It just wasn't the right time to do it. So Newcastle at home ni wabaya. So kina Mbeumo wakienda away kuface Arsenal, I think it should be a very very complicated fixture. I've put my defenders from Brentford in the bench because I think the reasons are valid, but if it's anyone who's gonna pull the strings for them, I think Mbeumo has to be at the attacking threat of it. And then I'll go to my last guys. Who do I start with? Wacha nianze na Watkins. So far Watkins hasn't scored a goal in Prem yet. He hasn't scored a goal in Prem yet, and any points that he's gotten so far are from assists. I mean, 5 points game week 1, 5 points game week 2, 5 points game week 3, game week 4, 2 points. I think I'll be patient with him this fixture. If fixture against Crystal Palace, I think in ile nampea last warning, like bruh, if you can't give me points this game, I know that the next fixtures will be hard for them. Because who will they be facing after Crystal Palace? They'll be facing Chelsea, then Brighton. So in ile game napea Watkins chance, and then after this I think I'm gonna sell him and bring in a different attacker, maybe from the list that I talked about in the previous video about the differential forwards that you can bring into your squad. So this is my last game with Watkins so far. I think I will get him later on into the season in case he gets some good points from this game. I think he can convince me otherwise, but akiniletea 2 hapana, hatutakubaliana hivyo. Alafu hapa katikati tuko na Haaland na ndiye captain. Sidhani hata nihitaji kuongea kuhusu Haaland. 91% plus of the managers have him. Let me just confirm. Okay, imefika 92% sahi. 92% of the captain of the managers have him. Out of that 92%, most likely 90% of them have captained Haaland. So I'm gonna play him against West Ham. We've already discussed na tukona venye Man City wako na a clean record against West Ham. Out of 10 games wamewachapa 9, imedraw moja head to head, just between the two teams I mean. So I'm happy to have Haaland as my captain, and right beside I have Jackson. Jackson nilimleta last week nile wiki ingine yenye watu walileta Sterling na Maraka. Watu walileta Sterling. Sidhani hata naweza ingilia wase cause pia mimi nilileta Jackson just instead of Sterling. The only reason I feel good about this ni that sikwende a player right after I may get a big haul for the points. Considering he hasn't gotten his lion's share of the points, I want to bank on getting his points fast. And as soon as nitazipata bro, I dip and go on to the next player cause hautaniweka stress hapa nikikuwa patient na wewe every game week. Now one thing I need to say about this is that if I had Fernandes, I'd still play him in this fixture. If it's not Fernandes, I think it's Rashford. Ni kina nani wengine wata bail out Man U kwa hii situation kama si Fernandes na Rashi. Now actually I think I saw that from this fixture kumekuwa na about 6 penalties. Let me just counter check this one. Yeah, it says that across 12 Premier League head-to-head matches between Man U and Brighton, there have been 6 penalties awarded. All of them were scored and 2 acted as stoppage time winners. So I feel if you have Fernandes, I think you could still play him. It's a game where Man U could get Messi or Brighton, and I think if you have Estupiñán, he's also a good pick to go forward with this game, because guess what, because Man U ita concede. It's a matter of how soon. Within the first 5 minutes, within the first 15, Man U has to concede against Brighton, and guess who? Mimi nitaka Mitoma hapo. Hii mambo ya faith, hii mambo kuwa na passion ati Man U is my team, siwezi eka play against him. No, kwanza kama ni Man U naeka opponent, because Man U tunapendanga hiyo fala. Na nimeona Man U akifanya hiyo fala mara mob sana. So I can also see how Mitoma can get points. I didn't get Mitoma's points last week because he was in my bench. So I think I'm also reacting to that, saying that especially against Man U tuko na ngori. But guess what? Man U tuko na clean record at home. Tuko na a clean record at home since we got thrashed last year by Brighton 4-0 on the opening day. Since last year October, Man U has had a good record at home. If I actually have to spell it out loud, Man U are unbeaten since September 2022 at home. They've won 27 games, they've drawn 4. So I hope this can go on, but bro, with Brighton they have a way of disrespecting us. So this is the squad that I'm going to be playing with. I'm happy to come back and react to this, see where we went wrong, where we went right, and learn from our mistakes and keep getting better at it. I can see how we can get some 70 plus points in this game week if everything goes to plan. And guess what? If everything goes to plan, we just take that and we carry it to the next game week. It's all about building momentum. You're only as good as your last game. So I hope this game week 5 can be a big turnaround for my team. And just one more thing, I just need to make one little announcement. It's just a very tiny announcement, si kitu kubwa. Nimerename team yangu. Nashuku maybe hiyo username yangu nilikuwa natumia ndio ilikuwa Swara. So I've rebranded from Patinex Do to DJ the Punisher. Hopefully the guys that I'm going to be facing in the head-to-head league that we're playing, watu wamekuwa wakinichapa na hiyo jina yangu. Hopefully this rebrand brings with it good fortunes, and then we can build some momentum from there. I'm currently sitting at this number 6 in the table with 0 points, so I urgently need 3 points to build momentum. Nana face Ashara, who's at number 5. Can't let him get to 9 points. I need to get 3 points from him, because after that I'll be facing the notorious Lukadin, which is Gishia at number 1. Nitapatana naye in GAMEWEEK 6, so I'm also trying to prepare myself in advance for these kinds of players. Sindio? So that's it for me today, DJ Live FPL. See you guys on the next video. Jukwani ni kesho. Si kesho. So let's go. See you guys in the next week. Peace.
Ay, ay, BTL drop, Radika Ruka. I gave her Kichoika Ruka. She gave me inside the Uber. Liambaga was sipping, I did Nikamruka. Put on my dip when I was a Peruka. Kama Tumnyambo, I be with my shooter. She is a soldier, she is a trooper. The way that she stay with my stick, then I knew. BTL drop.